sure we just go ahead and just highlight the pretty. Rex Ryan told the girl on Sunday, Jeff, I'll take whatever you talking about. And I said, that sounds about a thousand bettors coming Sunday that watch this lady. That I'll just take whatever she's talking about. And she put out three losers. I'm just gonna give you guys that right now as well, too. See, I keep the receipts, they don't. That's the funniest thing. Because they'll always brag about a great week, but they'll never brag about a bad week. I'll be the first one to highlight a bad week for myself and not even mention a great week for myself. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the bad week is the one that they talk about more than the most. Because they expect you to be perfect all the time. Y'all know that. Come on. All right, so let's get into it because Jeff giving me that face, the wrap it up, but he got the wrap it up button in the back. So what you call it? We got the Chiefs 3-1. We got the Vikings 1-3. Vikings coming off their first win of the season. Chiefs coming off of another close win in prime time. You know what I mean? Because the last primetime game they lost by one. And I think the Chiefs are probably starting to have a little bit of primetime itis in a sense, Jeff. Just too much primetime. And I still think that, nobody wants to say this, but I think that Patrick Mahomes is dealing with the lingering ankle injury right now. I know he got the surgery and everything like that, but literally they snapped that bad boy in the playoffs last year, and he still just was going about his business on it. You know what I mean? A few years ago, and that bad boy got snapped. It wasn't no just sprain. It got broken, and he's just been being a real tough guy. And you can tell he's a little timid. Yeah, he's running a lot and he's doing that a lot, but that's because they never caught holding on his line either. And we're starting to realize that as well too. But you know what? They said the same thing about Tom Brady for 10 years. So it is what it is at the end of the day. When you're a great quarterback, you're always going to have somebody calling out something that you're getting favoritism for. But I think that we're not talking enough about Kirk Cousins being that dude this year, Jeff, because they're 1-3. He's thrown for 11 touchdowns this season. He leads everybody in passing yards this year. He's literally the best quarterback statistically in the league right now. But he has the best wide receiver that we've seen since Randy Moss. So pretty much that's where he has his bonus at, but he's been adding Jordan Addison into this thing as well too. And I just truly think the one thing that's just missing with the Vikings is a running game. Madison did well on Sunday, but the running game needs to be better. We know that. The Chiefs, man, I think that the Chiefs really will start thinking about making Pacheco more of a bell cow back after what he did last Sunday, because that was incredible that he was able to take that much pressure off of Mahomes. And really, he won them the game again, Jeff. Again. I know everybody loves Mahomes, especially you. But come on, dog. Pacheco won them that game last week, straight up. And Chris Jones as well, too. And who gets all the credit, as usual? Patrick Mahomes. So, it's just, come on, dude. At some point, give somebody else some credit, because Andy Reid didn't do a great coaching job. That looked like a Andy Reid coaching job from the Eagles when they were barely winning games. So really, all in all, I felt like the Jets handed the Chiefs the game on Sunday. They had every opportunity to win that game Sunday, but they didn't. But the Vikings, they're not going to do the same thing. The Vikings are coming into this game very confident. I know that they saw a lot of things that they can take advantage of on the Chiefs side as well, too, because the Chiefs don't have a great defense. They've just been playing against bad offenses. That's the whole thing. And come on, opening game, those games are jitter games. But to me, they don't have great defense. They don't have a great defense. They're not playing anybody, Jeff. Now they're going to play somebody who's a real offense. They want to get back right. And I just really feel like this game has Vikings written all over it. I'm taking them with the plus 5.5. And yes, I will stamp them down as one of my dogs this week as well, too, because they're at home.
What we saw a few weeks ago when Philly went to Thursday night to Tampa, what we witnessed this past Sunday with Kansas City and the Jets, the Philly Tampa, they punted the ball with 9+ minutes. Tampa never got the ball back. In the fourth quarter of this game, Kansas City had the ball for the last 7.5 minutes, would have covered the game, but Patrick being Patrick and smart, even though they would have went up 10 and covered the game, he just slid, got the first down, and then, you don't have to worry about, touchdown, onside kick, field goal, overtime. So my point is, we're seeing a lot of these teams that can run the ball. Philly, Kansas City, as you said, Pacheco. Minnesota can't stop a nosebleed right now. Yeah, it was Carolina last week. They came back and won that game. My true number was 5.5 with a 52. This will be the highest scoring game of the week. First one to 30 wins this game. How's that, Pops? I bought the half point. I got the Vikings up to 6. Are the Chiefs on upset alert? I don't think so, just because they have a better defense. I think Jones will put a lot of pressure on Cousins. He's going to need a lot from Jefferson, a lot from Hawkinson. He's going to need Jordan Addison this week, who the last 2 weeks has been a ghost. They're going to need something from Madison in the running game. Full effort, but a fun game to watch. Good for fantasy players as well. I think the Vikings can keep it within 6, but at the end, I think it'll be Andy Reid, Mahomes, Kels getting the victory. Now, the other concerning point the last couple of weeks is the wide receivers for Kansas City. They're not getting separation. No Tyreek Hill, no Juju. They got a lot of wide receivers that haven't created their niche. They need some of these to take a step forward. Sky Moore, Racy Rice, MVS. Someone wants the ball, claim the ball other than Travis Kelce. So Vikings plus 6 for me, but it'll be a fun game, Pops.
Sounds good, brother. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and we move forward from there. And man, that's gonna be one of the best games of the week, man. I'm telling you right now, that's gonna be a hell of a game. And everybody has to understand that Kansas City and Minnesota, you are before everybody became made the preseason training camp scrimmages popular. These were two teams that did it every single year. They would meet up in somewhere in Missouri,